Hey guys, my name is Benita, aka Benny Boop, and today we'll be talking about my vegan pregnancy. I'm going to tell you all about how I survived my first trimester on a plant-based diet. Before I get into any of that, I do want to let you guys know that I am not a doctor. Everything I'm going through and that I went through in my pregnancy is just my personal experience. So you just have to listen to your own body, follow your own doctor or midwife's instructions. I'm just going to let you know a few of the things that work for me, but again, let me put the disclaimer, I am not a physician of any kind. All right, the first thing I wanted to cover is conception. A lot of people always have questions about how long did it take you to get pregnant, what did you do to conceive, so I will dive right into that. So for me personally, it took me no time to conceive because I was not actually trying. So I'll just get that out of the way. But I will tell you about some of the things that I was doing at the time that I did conceive that might help you if you are struggling to conceive. The first thing is tracking your ovulation. So I always track my menstrual cycle. I'm fortunate to have a pretty regular cycle, so I get my periods the same time monthly. I usually know when I'm ovulating. I'm pretty in tune with my body, especially even more so now since I've been vegan. But yeah, so I already know the symptoms when I'm ovulating, even if I hadn't been paying attention that month to my calendar. And usually during that time, I take extra precautions. Of course, this time I didn't. So I knew that there was a pretty good chance that I would be pregnant when I was. So yeah, that's number one. If you are not tracking your menstrual cycle, you should do that. Keep tabs on when you're ovulating because that's definitely the best time for you to get pregnant. The second thing I want to talk about is the vitamin I was taking during the time that I conceived. So I already take a regular vegan multivitamin, but during the time of my conception, I had been taking maca root. I was taking it as an alternative to caffeine. I don't really drink a lot of coffee. I don't do energy drinks. And so I read that maca root was great for increased energy levels and stamina. It was working for the energy. But what I didn't read, always read your fine print, because I did not know that it also increases your fertility. I do think that it is a good vitamin to try if you are looking to get pregnant. I can't say for sure that it's what got me pregnant, but I'm pregnant. So if you are looking to increase your fertility, that might be the way to go. Okay, now we're gonna talk about my symptoms that I had during my first trimester. So my first symptom was actually just me missing my period. That's how I knew I was pregnant. Like I said, my menstrual cycle is usually pretty regular. I track it every month to track my ovulation. So I already knew from tracking my ovulation that there was a possibility that I was going to be pregnant. So when I missed my period, I really wasn't surprised. The second symptom that I had, which came around like my 5th or 6th week of pregnancy, was fatigue. Oh my gosh, extreme fatigue. When I tell you it was an exhaustion like no other, it really was. Like, it just completely took over my life. Like, I didn't want to do anything. I would come home from work and I would just go straight to sleep until it was time to wake up for work the next day. It didn't actually dissolve until around I want to say a little before my 12th week, a little before I got into my second trimester. So another symptom that I had were my boobs. Oh my gosh, my boobs, my poor babies. Like, they've gone through so many changes. From swelling, of course. I usually love it when they swell up, but this was like not comfortable. Yeah, they're very sensitive. I can't like change my clothes too many times because the rubbing on my nipples will just, it's a pain like no other. They're very sensitive. And they're larger, like my areas are larger and darker, and my poor babies they're just going through so many changes right now. I don't even recognize them anymore. I didn't experience any morning sickness. I know that's a normal symptom of pregnancy. Luckily for me, that wasn't an issue. The only time I really felt nauseous was when I was hungry. I had to be very conscious about my eating times because if I went too long, I would get so sick and so weak and like not be able to do anything. Meal prepping is very important during pregnancy. If you have a busy life or a job or whatever, make sure you meal prep, make sure you're eating regularly, make sure you're eating healthy, of course. So another symptom that I had was during my first trimester was overheating. I would just get so hot. And I'm normally a more cold person. I like the warmth, I like the sun, I like the heat, all of that. But I was overheating during my first trimester, especially at nighttime when it was time for bed. Like I would just get so hot. So yeah, I would have to drink more water, ice water at that. I never drink ice water. So my cravings were for raw foods, more fruits, more salads, just uncooked raw food. Okay, I can't have any stews, no soups, nothing brothy, really nothing cooked really at all. Like if the food was cooked and warm, I couldn't eat it. I would have to wait for it to cool off, and then if I ate it once it was cold and it tastes good. So I just ate a lot of salad and a lot of fruit. And unfortunately, no, I'm not craving any meat. I didn't crave any meat during my first trimester. So I was sorry to disappoint you guys. No meat there, just raw fruits and vegetables. So as we all know, you need adequate vitamins to support your baby's growing and developing body and mind. For me, of course, I had to find a vegan prenatal. And so the one I decided to go with was this vegan prenatal by Deva. I'll leave the link for them below. So yeah, I chose Deva because I already was familiar with their brand. I used their multivitamin. So I looked and I saw that they had a prenatal. But what I like most about Deva is that in addition to all of the vitamins that they have here, and it lists on the back the daily value of all of the different vitamins in it, but in all the Deva vitamins, they also throw in a few extra things like cinnamon bark, apple pectin, alfalfa, rose hips, all those things that, you know, I've read are really good for the babies. The next vitamin I started taking was iron. So as we know, most women are naturally iron deficient, and I read even more so when you're pregnant. So I decided to start taking iron. This one is the My Kind Organics. It's plant iron and organic herbs. I'll leave the link for this one as well below. But it's in liquid form. I try to choose all my vegan vitamins that have natural ingredients in them as opposed to the synthetic ones. This one has a lot of good natural fruits and vegetables that contain a lot of iron, as well as it has vitamin C, B6, and B12. So there's a lot of good things there. When I took my blood test at the doctor's office, all my levels came back perfect. So, but I just decided to incorporate it because, like I said, I read that a lot of women get even more iron deficient when they're pregnant. So I just wanted to take that as a precaution. Another vitamin that I started taking that I don't normally take is this vegan omega-3 DHA. So there you go. It is again by Deva, which is one of my favorite brands. So again, I'll put the link to this one below, but it is a natural source of omega-3. No fish, no gelatin, all vegan. It comes from microalgae. So yeah, I started taking this, you know, omega-3 is supposed to be good for the baby's brain development. Trying to have a little genius here, so I added that one to my regimen. And last but not least, another vitamin that I'm taking that I actually take regularly, but I just actually brought a different brand since I'm pregnant. It's magnesium. And magnesium is one of those things that's like B12. Pretty much everyone should probably be supplementing it because we don't get enough of it in our foods, natural magnesium. So I was already taking a magnesium supplement prior to being pregnant, but I realized that I was taking a synthetic one, so I wanted to switch to a more natural one. The one I found is by Natural Vitality. It is the Natural Calm. I got the raspberry lemon flavor. They have a few different flavors, but this one is in powder form, so you mix it with water, warm water. It actually tastes a lot better in warm water, I realized, because I was doing it in a regular water bottle and it was not the best taste, but it tastes, you get more of the raspberry lemon flavor when you do it as instructed and mix it with warm water. And so anyway, it's definitely good to take it nice because magnesium, just like a Epsom salt bath, is relaxing, relaxes your muscles, calms you down, and it's called Natural Calm here. And it says it's an anti-stress drink as well. But anyway, I'm taking it to just make sure that I keep my magnesium levels healthy. Here it is right now. You can see it. I'll link this one as well. The reason you become more deficient in most of these things when you're pregnant is because your baby is basically absorbing all of your vitamins, so you need to replenish. You need to have enough for you and your baby. So that's why you need the added prenatals, which are, you know, they're just an extra boost of vitamins than the ones you normally take. So those are the vitamins that I added. Like I said, I will leave the link to all of them in the description. So next I want to talk about a few of the complications that I ran across during my first trimester. Every woman is different, every pregnancy is different, so this is just some of the things that I experienced that, and I call them complications, but they may just be like common things that people who experience during pregnancy. It's my first pregnancy, so I really didn't know what to expect, but for me, this was probably the most challenging things that I experienced on my first trimester. So the first complication that I experienced was weight loss. Most people get pregnant and, you know, they start putting on weight, but for me, from the time I found out that I was pregnant, I lost about 5 pounds. So my first trimester, I was 5 pounds thinner than I normally am, than my normal weight was. I didn't actually gain it back until well into my second trimester. I kind of want to attribute that to my fatigue. So as I told you guys before, I was extremely tired my entire first trimester. So I wasn't eating as much because I would just get home from work and go straight to sleep. Also, a struggle that I had was getting too full. A lot of the times I would be starving, and then when I sat down to eat, I would get full like entirely too fast. I wouldn't be able to finish any of my food. So of course I brought it up to my doctor because I was very concerned that I was underweight during my first trimester. My doctor assured me that my baby was developing just fine, so it was nothing to worry about. My body personally was losing weight and probably nutrition because all of the nutrition was going to the baby. And it was so funny because I had gotten comments from plenty of people telling me that I looked like I was losing weight. So it was just, you know, just a weird thing to be experiencing during my first trimester. You find out you're pregnant and the next thing you know, everybody's telling you look slimmer. So the next complication that I had was the whole no energy thing. It bothered me so much to not have any energy during my first trimester. I mean, I couldn't cook, I couldn't clean. I definitely didn't work out. Like I can count how many times I worked out during my first trimester. Like I had no energy. I would just want to take a nap and sleep all day. And it's like was so unlike my normal energetic self. You know, I didn't do any yoga, no weightlifting. So I was losing weight and muscle, and it was just like not the best experience. The third thing, and it's pretty embarrassing, but another complication I had, or I don't even know, maybe it's just a regular symptom, but for me personally, I call it that, but it was constipation. So you know, you guys know I'm a vegan and I eat plant-based food, so I usually have no issues with my metabolism and using the restroom. I use it pretty regularly, but in my first trimester I was pretty constipated. Like I would have to go to the bathroom, and you know, it was hard to go. Of course I talked to my doctor about it, and they suggested more water, more fiber. What I did find that worked for that is the magnesium that I started taking that I was telling you about. So the magnesium definitely helps with your digestion, so taking that will help if you are suffering from constipation like I was. So yeah, that, and also the raw foods, the fruits and vegetables, they kind of helped a lot. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess it's a regular symptom, but for me it was an issue because it's not something that I normally deal with. My last complication, or these don't even sound like complications anymore, they just sound like little complaints, because I really, like I said, didn't know what to expect. But my last complication was no bump. Like in my entire first trimester I didn't have a bump, And I know like everybody develops at different stages, but you know, I was just, you know, looking in the mirror every day and expecting to see something more than I saw, and I didn't. Actually, still, although I wasn't working out, I still had abs for quite a while. They were still nice. Some of you know from my social media posts, like nobody could tell I was pregnant. I didn't actually develop my bump till around 19 weeks. So I went the whole first trimester with no bump. A few of the things that I found helped me get through my first trimester were books. I looked up some vegan pregnancy books, and I found, one of the books I found was this one, Your Complete Vegan Pregnancy by Reed Mangels, PhD. So it's an all-in-one guide to a healthy, holistic, plant-based pregnancy. So I like this book because it has a lot of the natural vegan vitamin sources there, and of course especially the ones that you need to pay more attention to when you're pregnant, like I was telling you, magnesium, iron, those type of things that can go low. And then also it has in the back of the book, it has like a bunch of recipes for vegan desserts and snacks and things that you might want to, you know, try. So this is a good guide to have. The next book I want to talk about, which is actually my favorite, is the Mama Natural Week by Week Guide to Pregnancy and Childbirth. So is this one here. It's by Genevieve Howland. This book I love because it is a week by week guide. So every week it literally tells you like different stages of pregnancy. I didn't realize at the time. I saw the Mama Natural and I assumed that she was vegan, but it turns out I think she's just more plant-based. She definitely eats dairy, I will say, but it was fine because I had my other books, so like a lot of the things that she talked about, like yogurts and things, I could just find my natural vegan sources of those. But like I said, I really loved it because it goes week by week from conception, tells you about your baby and what's going on there. It also has some recipes in it as well. So yes, these two books I definitely recommend you have if you're following a plant-based pregnancy journey. The next resource I want to talk about is apps. So get yourself a good pregnancy app. There are a lot of them out there on the market. I want to say my number one app that I like was BabyCenter. So and I'm probably a little biased because it's the first one I downloaded, but when I started going through it, I was just like, okay, I like this app. I like it because it would have like a weekly development of your baby, so you can watch a little video about, you know, how your baby's developing, what part of it, eyelid, whatever. It'll also tell you what you're going to experience that week. It also has like what size the baby is. It'll say this week your baby's about the size of a banana or something like that. And then it has a whole little community on there if you want to join, and you know, you can chat with other moms and, you know, share your experiences. The other app I like that I actually am becoming to love even more is the Ovia health app. So the Ovia app, OVIA, it tells you about your baby's size and development. It also shows you like how big your baby's hand or foot is while it's still in the womb. Like, it's just so cute, so small. But the thing that I love most about that app is that it has a food tracker diary and like a weight tracker diary and like all the different things you can track on there, like a little basic little pregnancy diary. So you can put like, you know, what exercises you did, what you ate, how much you weigh. Also, it has like a little safe to eat guide in there. So if you want to eat something but you're not sure if it's safe for the baby, you can just look it up on the app and it'll tell you. So that one's actually a really, really good one to have. I really love the diary part. I love, you know, keeping up with my health during my pregnancy. Most of you know I'm into health anyway, so it's even, you know, more important now that I'm pregnant. I have to make sure that, you know, I'm keeping up with mine and the baby's health. So I love the whole little health diary that Ovia has. And these apps you can use regardless of if you're vegan or not. They're just regular pregnancy apps, and like I said, there's a lot of them out there. So you just choose the one that's best for you. And yeah, just it definitely helps you along the way, especially if it's your first pregnancy and you have no idea what's going on. So that concludes my first trimester recap of my vegan pregnancy. I'm sure there's a lot more to cover. There may be a few things I didn't get to. I just pretty much quickly wrote down this list of things that I wanted to talk about. If you have more questions for me, you can leave them in the comments below. If this helped you, definitely let me know that in the comments and give my video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. If you are a vegan mom or just a mom in general and you have any suggestions or tips for me, you can leave those in the comments as well. And then I wanted to leave you guys with a little extra special surprise. So only like my close friends and family know, but I wanted to let you guys know that I am expecting twins. Yes, there are 2 babies in there, not just one. I found out at my first doctor's appointment, of course. I was shocked and stunned, and I cried. I cried. But you know, it's such a blessing. I feel really good. Besides the few little complications that I mentioned, like I said, I can't even call them complications. They're more like complaints that I had with, you know, not being able to do the things that I normally do. But yeah, I'm excited. We're excited. So yes, I survived the first trimester of my twin vegan pregnancy. Yeah, but thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.